And now it's time for Randomness with Joy, the part of the day where Joy comes out and does something random. So without further ado, Randomness with Joy. 5 more brain-teasing riddles!
It's my world and we're all living in it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video of Randomness with Joy. I am your host, Joy! Okay, so last time we did a brain teasing riddle, thanks to the bright side of life, and now we're going to do another one. Last one was, if you lose, you will die. This one is 5% will get it right. It's like it's test your IQ or something. I probably will not be the 5%. Apparently, I am average. To be honest, I'm okay with that. Let's do it now. Okay, remember, people, you only got 10 seconds to find the answer. And I'm not pausing the video. I'm just going to keep on going. So if I get it wrong, well, then I guess I'm not part of the 5% that's smart. Oh, well, I don't care. Let's just do it for fun. Here we go.
7 mystery riddles only the smartest 5% can solve. Well, that lets me out, huh? Hey, are you a fan of good old Agatha Christie novels? Or are modern works with elements of thriller more to your liking? It's time to test yourself.
Let's do this.
We're all familiar with typical IQ tests that rate your intelligence level after you've answered 40 standardized questions.
Yep.
But there are some other ways to find out what your inner genius can do. We found several riddles that only a few people can figure out. Do you feel brave enough to crack them? Then go ahead and test your detective skills with these riddles. After each riddle, you'll be given 15 seconds to find the answer.
5 seconds.
Here we go. Number 7, jailbreak.
Oh boy.
Jack is placed in a cell with a dirt floor and only one window positioned so high no one could reach it. The cell is empty except for a shovel. It's hot and dry there, but Jack won't get any food or drink anytime soon. He has only 2 days to break out of the jail. If not, he'll die. We know what you have immediately thought, but no, digging a tunnel is not an option as it will take more than 2 days. So, how should Jack escape the cell? What's your guess? Don't forget, you can pause the video to have more time to think.
This is too easy. All you have to do is just take the shovel and build a dirt path up. I know I've done this so many times in the past, especially in Illinois. Just, make a dirt bridge or a dirt mountain. So it's too easy. Let's just start off with something easy.
All set? Here's the answer. Well, the way out for Jack turned out to be a piece of cake. He had to use the shovel to make a pile of dirt under the window, climb on it, and escape from the cell.
Like I said,
Seriously, who secures prisoners this way? All right, number 6, a stolen necklace. Mrs. Smith went to the police claiming that her vintage necklace was missing. The woman was upset. When the police arrived, they saw no signs of a break-in, no messed up locks, no misplaced doors. Only one window was broken. There was a total mess inside the house and dirty footprints all over the floor. Surprisingly, the next day, Mrs. Smith was arrested for fraud. Why?
She broke her own window. She broke her own window. Look. See, if someone broke
Are you ready there? 5 seconds left.
Inside the house. What is that? She broke the window to get insurance.
Here's the answer. The police were sure that Mrs. Smith lied to them because the window was broken from the inside. If it had been broken from the outside, little pieces of glass would have been on the room's floor. Number 5, murder at school. On the first day of the school year, a geography teacher was murdered. The police had as many as 4 suspects. They were the gardener, the math teacher, the coach, and even the school principal. Yeah, I vote for the principal. Now, the sticking point was that they all had alibis. The gardener was cutting bushes. The math teacher was holding a mid-year test. The coach was playing basketball. The principal was in the office. Despite this, the killer was arrested immediately. Can you guess who killed the geography teacher and how the police solved the mystery? You have 15 seconds to find the killer.
He was cutting hedges. He was cutting his throat. Let's say the guard. Wait. Did he just say mid-year test? It was the math teacher. It's gotta be a math teacher. Mid-year, but it was the beginning of the year. I still say
The killer was the math teacher. According to his own words, he was holding a mid-year test, but the crime happened on the first day of the school year. He needs to learn how to lie better, don't you think?
If his math teacher had...
Number 4, a lonely man. A lonely old man lived in his house in the suburbs of a city. He led a quiet life. Perhaps he was a homebody, as he never left his dwelling for long. It was a midsummer Friday when the mailman walked by and called out for the man. There was no answer coming from inside the house. The mailman looked into the window and, oh no, saw the man in a pool of blood. When the policeman arrived, he found Tuesday's newspaper, 2 bottles of warm milk, and 1 bottle of cold milk. The next day, the killer was arrested. Do you know how the police found out who it was so quickly? What is your idea?
Sunday's newspaper, but it was on a Friday. 2 bottles of cold milk, warm milk, 1 bottle of cold milk.
5 seconds remaining. Can you see the answer?
It was the milkman, wasn't it?
It was obviously the mailman.
Oh,
He knew that no one in that house would read a newspaper on Wednesday or Thursday. That's why he came only on Friday.
I got that one wrong.
Number 3, 2 pills. A serial killer had a particular practice going. He kidnapped people and made them take one of 2 pills. One was harmless, the other was poisonous. Whichever pill a victim took, the serial killer took the other one. Then the scheme repeated itself continuously. Victims took their pills with water and died. The killer repeatedly survived. How did he always get the harmless pill? Good luck, your time has started.
It was ice. It was in the ice. The ice water. The pills were really harmless. It was the ice water. The ice melted and got in. The ice wasn't poisonous. The ice.
Here's the answer. The serial killer was tricking people. The poison was in the glass of water his victims drank, not in the pill. Oh, that stinks. So unfair.
Well, I said
Anyway,
ice water.
number 2, frozen windows. Once, on a cold winter day, a tragedy happened. John found his friend dead in his own house. John called the police and said he was just passing by Jack's house when he decided to drop by to see him. He had been knocking and ringing the bell for a long time. However, all was silent. Perhaps Jack wasn't at home. But John could very well see the light in the room through a frozen window. He breathed on the ice window glass and saw Jack on the floor. Unexpectedly for John, the police arrested him as the main suspect. Why? 15 seconds to go.
Did he scrape there or something? Why do I think it's turned up? Footprints.
Only 5 seconds left.
I'm guessing footprints. The footprints gave him away. Because the ice.
Obviously, John hasn't thought his legend through. He wouldn't be able to unfreeze the window glass because it's usually icy on the inside. And finally, number 1, chemical substances. A famous chemist was murdered in his lab. There was no evidence found except for a piece of paper with the names of chemical substances on it. On the day he was murdered, the chemist had only 3 visitors: his wife Mary, his nephew Nicholas, and his friend Jonathan. The police arrested the murderer right away. How did they know who it was? A little hint. Pay closer attention to the note.
Carbon, oxygen, nickel, lithium, sulfur. I'm going to say Nicholas. Because nickel is on there.
The answer is hidden in the note. This piece of paper had a clue. If you combine the short names of the chemical substances on the paper, you'll get a name. Nicolas. Even dying, this man remained a real chemist. Speaking of chemists, here's one for you. Johnny was a chemist's son, but Johnny is no more. For what he thought was H2O was H2SO4, which is, of course, sulfuric acid. Oops. Well, did you manage to solve these detective riddles? Did you? Wow, if so, don't forget to hit like and share this video with your friends. If we get at least 40,000 likes for this video, we will show you some hard-to-solve riddles that will really blow your mind. Wait for them.
Interesting. Did you guys get them right? I only got 2 wrong. 3 out of 2. Not bad. Not bad. Why would the ice on the inside be like frosty though? Is my question. That makes like no sense. Oh wait, because the window is so thin. That's probably why. Yeah, I should remember that one. I mean, I lived up north before I moved to Florida. I lived up north in Illinois and Missouri and New York. So you think I remember that? Ugh, I've been spending way too much time in Florida. I miss the snow. But then again, I also don't like the cold. I miss the snow. Oh well. And then what was the other one? The Tuesday. I said the milkman. It was the mailman. And hey, I think the water one I got right because I did say ice. It didn't be ice, but he didn't say the ice. Ice water. So I did get that right. So yay! Okay, that was awesome. So I hope you guys liked that. Link in the original video will be in the description. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel of randomness with joy. Maybe tell me if you got that right before I did. We only had 15 seconds. I don't like to pause the video. I like to give it the full 15. I'm just like, that first one was way too easy. Way too easy. Oh my gosh. I like to start you off with an easy one. Alright, well, tell me what you think. Leave a comment down in my video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Peace.